It has now become the number one issue for so many people, and that being illegal immigration. Illegals flooding across the border, and I say that because I've got brand new polling numbers here. And this comes from a Harvard Capps Harris poll, right? Released yesterday. It's a collaboration between the Center for American Political Studies at Harvard and the Harris poll at HarrisX. President Joe Biden's approval rating 42%, it claims. Economic sentiment staying even. His immigration rating sank to 35% as an overwhelming majority of voters now want a bipartisan deal on immigration. The poll also covers public opinion on the 24-horse race in the Israel-Hamas war. For all the talk of international crises, Americans are focused on America and themselves first, says Mark Penn. By the way, he is a Democrat pollster, co-director of the Harvard Capps poll. They're very concerned about immigration, inflation, and crime. That's why many of them are saying they want a new president. Mark Penn is a Democrat pollster, okay? Let me read that quote to you one more time. They are very concerned about immigration, inflation, and crime, and that's why many of them are saying they want a new president. So that's pretty key, right? Immigration now the top concern for voters, up 7 points since last month to 35%. Inflation second at 32%. So 1 in 3 Americans say that the invasion of this country is the number one concern they have today. Number one. What is your concern? Is that true? Email me, stevegruber.com. I want to know what your concerns truly are. Is immigration number one, or is the economy number one? Or is it a combination of things? 77% of voters believe the Biden administration should make a deal with Republicans to increase border security. 77%, almost 8 out of 10. Including 65% of Democrats believe that the Democrats should make a deal with Republicans to close the damn border. This is a universal theme. And yet it's going to continue or increase. 68% believe the Biden administration should make it tougher to get into the U.S. illegally, including half of Democrats. Make it harder to get in. Half of Democrats, which means the majority of Americans. According to this poll, and this is important, there's a headline, a sub-headline in here. January 6th might be the only Trump conviction that could swing the election to Biden. Trump currently leads in head-to-head contest with Biden in this poll by 7 points. If Trump is convicted for mishandling of classified documents, he wins against Biden by 6 points. If Trump is convicted on RICO statutes, for influencing Georgia, he beats Biden by 2 points. But if Trump is convicted for inciting Capitol riots on January the 6th, according to this poll, Biden would win by 4 points. I don't know that that's true, but that's what it says here. Enough Americans would be, convinced by the national media outlets and so forth. But anything short of convicting Trump for some sort of a involvement on January the 6th, he wins across the board. It has him scared to death. John Fetterman, by the way. John Fetterman, hoodie and shorts. He wore a hoodie and shorts to the Christmas party. That's how classy this guy is. Democrat, Pennsylvania senator. Says the American dream is being threatened by 300,000 illegal immigrants swarming the southern border in December. And he says, I don't even know why this is controversial. He said it's stealing the American dream from people. He's right. At least he's honest about this. He says the wave is making our immigration system difficult. He noted he's a huge proponent of legal migration. He demanded a secure border, questioned why his progressive critics have a problem with that. I honestly don't understand. I don't understand why it's controversial on another topic for anybody to decide that you're going to stand with Israel in this situation. I honestly don't understand why it's controversial to say we need a secure border. I've been very clear. In fact, that was weaponized against me by Republicans in my race, that I'm very much a strong supporter of immigration. And, my wife's family, that's the origin story about that, legal immigration. I'm fine with legal immigration too, John. But your party seems to think that it's cool just to invade the country with the illegals of unknown origin. Therein lies the problem. And meanwhile, Senator Josh Hawley of Missouri demanding answers from the TSA about migrants using a controversial app to board planes. He says it's outrageous. You see, the TSA, the Transportation Security Administration, has an initiative to allow migrants to use the CBP One app to verify documentation when boarding airplanes. No photo ID, no other information. I can't get on a plane without it taking a picture of me and verifying that's who I am. Same is true for you. You cannot board an airplane without a picture being taken and having it verify that's you. But if you show up here illegally and you throw your identification at the border, as they all do, it's all piled up along the border, you just throw your ID on the ground and leave it, well then, here's an app from TSA and Border Security and you're fine. Go, you fly wherever you want. No big deal. You're a terrorist? Oh, you say you're not? Oh, that's good enough. It's really, really outrageous, isn't it? Yeah, it is. Completely outrageous, in fact. I ask you to support the people that support this program every single day, because without that support, we wouldn't be here. We get boxed out, as you know. We get boxed out, as you know, from the agencies and everybody else. So Birch Gold, support Birch Gold if you can. We're heading toward a presidential election. Maybe you need some gold in your collection. Maybe you need some gold to hedge against inflation, just to make sure your hard-earned savings don't disappear. Prices are up at the grocery store, at the gas pump, and everywhere else. Inflation eating us alive. How do you protect yourself? Well, diversification into gold can be one of those answers. For decades, gold has been the choice of investors and central banks to hedge against inflation. And now you can have your piece of gold by texting Gruber to 989898. Birch Gold will send you a free information kit, how you can convert an existing IRA or 401k into a IRA with gold. Or you can have physical gold in your hand. Again, text Gruber to 989898. Birch Gold will send you free information today. What are you waiting for? I'll be back.